We are about to hear from 4 RV industry leaders who share with us about the RV trends in the Pacific Northwest, places to camp, and so much more. Welcome to RV Out West. I'm your host, Brooks. My Family of Four's base camp is located in the beautiful Pacific Northwest, and our RV adventures radiate out from there. Please grab a mug of coffee and join us as we discuss RVing around the American West. From sweet camping spots, gear and equipment, to tips and tricks, we've got you covered. We are RV Out West. It's fall here in the Pacific Northwest, and the rain is just about here. For our family, we love to camp during the shoulder seasons. The campgrounds are quieter, and the weather just makes it so cozy. Another good thing about the fall is that there is also a second season for RV shows. The Tacoma RV show is this coming weekend, and joining us on this episode is Bill O'Loughlin, the RV show producer, Trey Karskadon, the show's PR director, LaDonna Meadows, owner of Tacoma RV, and Kelly Abercrombie, director of marketing for KM Resorts. We chat about trends in the RV industry, the RV buying process, the show's history, and where you can camp. The group even shares their favorite camping spots with us. So grab your coffee and let's just jump right on into it. I'm curious, what kind of trends are you seeing now within the RV industry, specifically here to Washington State? So it might, or in the Pacific Northwest, because right now it might be tracking differently than it is nationally.
I think mainly what we're seeing is we're getting more of the high-end stuff, like your high-end fifth wheels. I think our manufacturers are scrambling a little bit, and they're getting more of the entry-level stuff. They're decontenting it and trying to get it more affordable for our first-time buyers that have kind of slipped through the cracks the last probably 6 to 8 months. So toy haulers in our industry have kind of slipped way back, probably 24%. And so everybody's kind of regrouping and getting a new footing of what 2024 is going to bring.
Do you think it's a continued rise in like the COVID first-time RV buyers, or do you think these are more now kind of your regular season pre-COVID typical buyer?
I think we're getting back to pre-COVID buyers. They seem to be smarter. They have more patience. And right now, I think everybody's just looking for that right deal because of interest rates being so much higher, payments being higher, that type of thing.
What are you seeing in terms of those RV purchases, who that buyer looks like?
The young families aren't there yet. We're hoping to get them back in 2024. We've got probably the more retired baby boomers that have got a little bit more income, and so they're trading up. We're doing a lot of trade-ins, luxury units, that type of thing.
One of my questions then is, what is the state of the used RV market right now?
Actually, the used inventory is turning quite well. A lot of dealers don't have used inventory. That is helping with our first-time buyers. It's funny because we can't sell a new bunkhouse new, but we can sell them used. So it's all, I think, price point at the current time is what's getting people to buy.
Well, Brooks, I'd add to LaDonna's insight that you had, and you see it in several different industries over the last few years, unprecedented growth. Just ahead of COVID and through COVID. So, things look a lot different when that levels off and there's a downturn, but it's, the business is still there.
Well, I was just checking, kind of brushing up on the KOA camping report for 2023. They're saying that in 2022, like 92 million Americans and Canadians are camping. So that they're still seeing that continued rise of people wanting to go camping. People are looking to find new ways to spend time with their family, to take trips and do vacations, and with the RV being the solution.
Well, what we've seen since COVID in, again, several different industries that we're connected to, not just the RV industry, is that, you saw all this growth, in some cases unprecedented. Then you saw, some attrition after that, downturn, but you still had a net gain. So you're right. You're seeing those trips up, and because you still added several million, to the rolls nationally. And so, that's good for the industry, because at some point they're going to turn out of those and turn into new products.
Motorhomes versus towables versus kind of more of that truck bed camper, or even like entry-level pop-ups, are you finding, I know you said fifth wheels and those luxuries, so are Class A, like big diesel pushers, in really high demand right now, or is really fifth wheels kind of the cat's pajamas what people are after?
I think your higher end big fifth wheel diesel pushers are quite soft. The B vans are very strong in the market right now when it comes to motorized.
Because everybody wants to do van life down by the river. It used to be seen as a bum, and now it's something cool. Now you have your magic 8 ball. What are your predictions for the state of the RV industry here in the Pacific Northwest in regards to 2024?
My speculation,
Yeah, we're speculating here.
that there's going to be still a strong growth for more information on RVs. I don't think everyone's thirst was satisfied yet for the RVs. So I still think you're going to see people buying RVs, used, yes, and new, because during COVID they couldn't find that specific unit they really wanted, because manufacturers, if they had 9 or 10 models of this travel trailer, they cut it down to maybe 4 that they could build and get out. So a lot of people didn't find the specific floor plan that they wanted. Now the floor plans are all back. There's going to be 50 manufacturers. We're going to see over 400 floor plans, and we can let them know that everything's back. I think you're going to see some growth. I think it's going to be slower, but it's going to continue. I really do. I see that.
That's exciting. Well, let's kind of transition and talk about some of the show history. So when did the Tacoma RV show start? When was the first one?
January, or would have been April of '84, would have been the first one.
And has it always been at the Tacoma Dome?
Our show, we've had 2 shows in the Tacoma Dome. We've always had a mid-winter, spring, and a fall show from the very start. And the shows then, 2 distinct shows. So in the fall of the year, you had the Snowbirds, and so it was a higher end show. You had your Highline fifth wheels, you had your Class A's, you had your diesel pushers, and your higher end product, because those were the ones going south for the winter. And then when the midwinter spring show came, it was more families. So that was your travel trailers, it was your truck campers, it was your folding tent trailers. 2 different demographics as well that would attend. Now, today, both shows are equal. The product that comes to the show is different, meaning when prior to 07 and 08, a lot of dealers had rolling stock. Your Class A's, your big diesel pushers. I mean, that's where all the big money was being made, and everyone had one. People would come to the show and they'd complain, where are the trailers? Where are this? Well, that's not where the dealers had their money. Now, after 08, 09, everyone's changed a little bit, and now the show is predominantly all trailers, whether it's fifth wheel travel trailers. And last 2 years, a lot of conversion vans.
Yeah, those Sprinter vans. What has been one of the greatest challenges of continuing to put this show on twice a year for so many years?
I can't say there's a lot of challenges. I mean, it's always different every 4 years when you're dealing with elections. I mean, that's an issue. The economy is an issue, but we've only missed 1 year because of COVID, because we're shut down. But we've been strong for 39 years.
Well, then what's been the most rewarding experience of putting this on? There has to be a cool story out there where you've heard from LaDonna or some of your other, show exhibitors who are like, whatever, there's got to be, tell me something. There's got to be something good out there. What's the good?
Yeah, there's some great things. So I've been in this business with my dad since the Tacoma Dome opened. And I've had the opportunity to know a lot of these dealers generationally. I've known LaDonna, oh my God, how many years, dear?
Way too many.
A lot.
30 plus.
30 plus,
We've
magic
grown up
number.
in the business. There are no secrets. I mean, we've all grown up in the business. And a lot of these guys, they worked one place and then they'd work another, and then finally they have their own dealerships. So it's very rewarding to see how successful these dealerships have become and how long they've stayed in Washington. I mean, that's a tall tale of how well these dealerships are.
Yeah, it's pretty special,
Yeah,
actually.
it is.
And to have those long-term business relationships that are also just friendly. So to have that, it's just, and that's also what I think in general makes the RV community across the board so cool.
Yeah, and for us, when they, Brooks, when they open the doors and you see those crowds come through the doors, you have early in the week, you have the real serious shoppers that are, I think in a lot of cases there to buy. On weekends, you see a lot of the families, and the building really fills up. And it's that we build it because it is. Bill's been great staying close to the dealers, and then he communicates through the dealers to us what the market is saying, so that we can model and match and essentially meet the market in what's important to them. So we've been hearing more and more about floor plans and how important floor plans are to buyers. So rather than talk about the number of different models, we talk about the number of different floor plans, because particularly with the experienced buyers, that's their number one thing. And they're looking for specific floor plans that meet their needs. And so we continue to evolve the show based on what the dealers communicate to us and what they're hearing from their customers. So it's, and then of course, this show in particular, it's the last major show of the year. And so you have the snowbirds coming in to, get ready for their travels, and then people looking ahead to next year. So we'll see it all. And this show in particular has it all. So there's a little of everything, in some cases, a lot of everything. In the growth of the trailers, I mean, I think we had over 100 brands of trailers at the show last year, and I expect that will be the same this year, travel trailers. And then the explosion of these Class Bs in just the last couple of years. We'll have more Class Bs this year than I think the show's ever had.
Crazy. That's great. Let's talk about the Tacoma RV show specifically then. What should people know if they are planning on attending?
Well, the beauty of a show, and what makes it singularly special, is it's the only purchasing opportunity where you can have that many dealers in one place at one time, that many different models, literally side by side, so you can truly shop, compare, and then buy. We've got on-site financing with BECU, who's the presenting sponsor, and they always bring a special financing package for the show. You have service folks there that attendees can talk to. So if they own an RV and have a service question, there's a couple of outfits there that they can connect with and talk to. And then, of course, you have 14 of the top local dealers in the area all in one place at one time. All the major brands are represented, and many of them are tailored to Northwest RV. So they're special built, purpose built for the Northwest and Northwest weather. Then more and more for multi-use off-road. So you're seeing better suspensions and chassis and that type of stuff that you weren't seeing certainly a decade ago, but even 6-8 years ago.
Well, and the other thing that you have is with all of these dealers, the dealers have their staff there, but they have all the manufacturers' reps
Yes.
that are representing all those lines there to talk to the general public as well.
That's great. Well, where can listeners go to get more information about the show and, follow you guys online and all that stuff too?
Well, that would be at www.tacomafallrvshow.com. One of the things that, Brooks, we've heard the last few years is, where can I go? And we have Kelly here with Cam Resorts, but you can answer that question certainly better than I can. But it's been on people's mind. Now that I own this, what are my options? Where can I go?
Let's take a brief pause to hear a word from our sponsor, Camper Alerts. If you're not familiar with them, go give a listen to episode 49 and you can learn all about them. It's summertime and the great outdoors are calling. But did you forget to book a campsite 9 months ago? Well, don't worry. Say goodbye to sold-out campgrounds with Camper Alerts. With Camper Alerts, you can choose your campground, select your site type, and set a personalized alert. And when a site becomes available, they will notify you. It's that simple. Visit camperalerts.com today and start setting your alerts. Kelly, where can they go?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Well, thank you for asking. You can come to KM Resorts.
Why don't you give our listeners a little bit of the spiel about kind of how K&M Resorts work, what resorts you have available here in the Pacific Northwest, and we'll kind of go from there.
Okay. So we are a family-run business, and my dad started it in 1987. His first park was in Elma, Washington. We all thought he was a little nuts. Today, we now have 8 RV parks in Washington, and we have hundreds of affiliated parks across the United States.
How does the membership work and kind of all of that too, please?
Okay, so we are membership based. We have over 8,000 members. We guarantee space. So when somebody purchases a membership from us, depending on what package, they have access. They could call on a Friday afternoon and say, hey, I got the weekend off. I want to head to the ocean. Give us a call. We guarantee our members to get in. There's no waiting on the phone to book a reservation. They have guaranteed access at any one of the parks that they have in their membership. So we have our corporate office is in Fife, and we sit down with customers and kind of go through what do you have, where do you like to go, ocean, mountain, and kind of design a package around what the customer desires, where they want to go camping.
In America, we always think bigger is better. And I'm going to put that down with steaks for sure. Like the bigger the steak, the better. It's just across the board, right? And then I need a big Cabernet to go with that steak. But I'm going to go, that doesn't necessarily always apply to camping. So what considerations do you think RVers or potential RVers who maybe are looking at getting into RVing should keep in mind when they're planning their camping trips?
Accessibility, just where a couple of my favorites would be, we have a park up at Maple Grove and it's in the mountains. So there's hiking, we have a golf course, we have an indoor pool, there's fishing, and then we have some parks at the ocean. So I guess just sitting down and what areas do you want to camp? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? Do you want to hike? Do you want to canoe? Do you just want to go clam digging? So there's we have a variety depending on what the needs of the customers are.
You had mentioned about once somebody is a member that they can get in, which is fantastic because reservations and the state park reservation system is a game and you got to play the game in order to get your reservation. So I love that with K&M, I don't have to play that game. How does it kind of work if I call you on a Friday and I'm about to go hook up my trailer and say, hey, I want to get to the ocean on Friday or this Friday after work? Is that, yeah, no problem. Come on out. We'll have a spot for you.
Absolutely. No problem. If our office is closed, they just head on down to the park they want to go to and they'll find a spot and then check in the next morning if the park office is closed. Absolutely. That's one of the perks.
And everything full hookups?
We have full hookups at most of the parks. One of our ocean parks are all partial, but we do have a dump station.
Okay. So when you say partial, it just means no dump in the site.
Right.
Okay.
But that's one of the biggest perks is you have access anytime you want to go.
I'm kind of on the trends kick, and I don't know if we talked about this, but what are you seeing trend-wise with RV campers in Washington State and the Pacific Northwest? Are they more wanting to go to the ocean? Are they going to the mountain? Are they coming and buddy camping? And so you've got 3 families that all have memberships and are like, hey, we want side-by-side sites because we're going to buddy camp. What kind of trends are you seeing as far as those who are coming to your properties to camp?
A little bit of all of that. And the crowd we have young families up to retired people that stay at our parks.
Through COVID, with the advent of now a more regular basis of a digital nomad, are you finding more remote workers and is there a cap on the stay, or can somebody come and stay for a month at your property and remote work from their trailer and enjoy? Or
there is a cap on their stay so that we don't have people living in the parks. Some of our parks, we do allow monthlies, but we do have a cap so that it allows them to move around to different parks. But this summer, COVID, we were extremely busy. This has probably been our busiest summer. We're still busy with members. We have a pig roast next weekend in Randall, and our park is full.
And who doesn't love a good pig roast? Are you doing it in the ground or on a spit? I just need to know.
In the ground.
Yeah, with the banana. Oh, dude.
In
Dude,
the
can I
ground.
crash? How do I get an invite? I won't bring
Yeah,
my trailer,
absolutely.
I promise. I wanted to find out now if there's an opportunity. I'm opening the floor for any of you. If there's anything that I didn't ask that you want to talk about, the floor is yours.
Well, I think, with Kelly's offering, when folks buy an RV or, something along those lines, they're buying into an experience they think they'll gain through their ownership experience of a new RV. So they see themselves going out with the family, spending more time with the family or their friends, or going to this special spot to fish or just to relax. These camp resorts do is they assure that circle is completed, that experience is complete by giving them these there really are stunning destinations that they offer, so that it actually enhances the ownership experience of an RV. And that's why people, I think for the most part bought into them to begin with. We hear so much of it, and I'm sure LaDonna does, yeah, I'm going to get this, where can I go? Because that's on people's mind. The good news is there's lots of places you can go, in state and out of state. Folks like Camp Resorts have made that easy.
And we do give away a 2-night pass if they come by our booth and see us.
Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, I mean, I'm a weekender. I would love to go full time. My wife is not on board with that at all. So that is not going to happen.
Maybe you want to be a park host.
Yeah, no, I've tried hard. I'm like, if I just keep chipping away, maybe one day she'll say yes. But we put in, right to your point, Trey, I bought it. I'm going to use it. We're about 52 nights a year. So now I love in Washington State, right? With the RV now, I can camp these shoulder seasons. And so September, October, November, we go camping New Year's Eve. So we've had fun doing that. So it's great. I have some rapid fire questions. So we're just going to go around the Zoom room and you are all going to answer first thing that comes to mind really quickly. I got 4 questions. We'll start with you, Kelly, because you're in my bottom right corner and I'm going to go around the clock. Favorite place to RV camp in the Pacific Northwest? I don't need a why, just name the place.
Randall, Washington.
Okay.
Mountains.
LaDonna?
I like the ocean.
But where specifically? Like, do you have a place you like?
Kelly has a great place down in Ocean Breeze.
Okay. Trey and Bill?
Pacific City, down on the coast.
Okay.
Lapine.
Okay. Now we'll go backwards. So I'll start with Bill and Trey. Bucket list RV destination. Where's the place you haven't gone that's on your bucket list? And it could be outside of the Pacific Northwest. Like mine, I want to drive the Alcan. I have to drive the Alcan with my trailer. That's my number one.
That's outside the Northwest.
Yeah, it could be anywhere. It could be in the Northwest, or if you're like, hey, I want to drive to Key West and go spend.
I've never been to the Grand Canyon.
Okay. Yeah, you need to get there, man. It's an amazing hole in the ground.
Yeah.
It's a really pretty hole in the ground.
Yeah, for me, it's easy. I want to go to the headwaters of the Columbia River. The very head.
Yeah, okay. LaDonna?
I would like to go see the New England states in the fall to see the changing of the colors.
Ooh, good one. Yeah. All right, Kelly?
Canadian Rockies.
Oh.
Ooh, I'm planning something for 2024.
Oh.
Best piece of camping RV advice you've ever received? We'll start with you, Kelly.
Make sure you always bring your portable fire pit with you because you can't always burn.
Good one. LaDonna?
If you're backing up, have a spotter.
Okay. Trey, Bill?
LaDonna, that's a good one.
It is a really good one. Yeah.
The best advice I got for having an RV was always keep it serviced. Always.
Well, Bill took it from me. I was going to say an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Okay.
So, yeah, maintain what you have.
Okay. And the last one is, and we'll start with you, Trey. What is your best camping memory? And this could go all the way from back to your childhood, whatever. Just, I'd prefer to keep it in the RV realm, but if it's a tent camping, we're not,
Well, I started camping at a young age, so it's and hiked most of the Pacific Crest Trail. So it's certainly those early backpacking days that got me started in camping to begin with.
Now my camping involves, I don't go without my ice machine because I need something for rocks for my cocktails, you know? So
Good plan.
yeah,
We evolved.
yeah. Bill?
Probably my best memory was the last camping trip with Dad when we were antelope hunting over in Eastern Oregon, because everybody went. All the grandkids, all the sons, the daughters, the wives, we were all there. When we got home, Dad lasted 2 more days.
So cool.
Yep, it was a great experience.
So cool. Yeah. LaDonna, how about you?
The ocean, or excuse me, down at the Oregon Dunes. The whole family went, the grandkids, we did s'mores, the campfires. It was just fantastic.
Speaking of
And
s'mores.
we loaded a lot of our quads and
Oh, in the sand dunes?
Hmm?
Yeah, what fun. I do a s'mores charcuterie board.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be amazing.
Yes. So like if I can hide the Girl Scout cookies from my family to have them last long enough for camping, like the Samoas, the coconut chocolate ones are killer instead of graham crackers. The Reese's Pieces thin cups. And like if you go to Trader Joe's, you can get waffle cookies, you know, so like if you get a waffle ice cream cone, they make flat, thin waffle cookie crackers, and using those, oh man, change it all up. So we have the only thing that's the staple is the marshmallow. Everything else changes. And so you can rub Nutella on it. And then, oh man, yeah. S'mores charcuterie
Sounds
board.
delicious.
Yeah.
Oh God.
My blood sugars spike and I have to inject a load of insulin when I do that. But, you know, hey. All right. Sorry, Kelly. Tell me about your best camping memory.
I would say when the kids were little, we'd go down to the ocean, which we still do, and clam dig, and then big bonfire on the beach.
And do you cook the clams right then and there?
No, we clean them then and there.
Okay. Cook them later.
Cook them
Okay.
later.
Well, I want to thank you all for coming on the show. I really, really appreciate it. And it was wonderful to talk to you guys. I'm excited for the Tacoma RV show and the winter RV show down in Tacoma. My first show was at the Tacoma Dome. I saw Chicago 17 at the Tacoma Dome.
Yeah.
It was awesome. So, but yes, thank you guys very much for taking the time out of your day to join us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Bruce.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for listening. To help the show grow, please share with your RVing friends and family about this podcast. If you have an idea for a topic you'd like me to discuss, please contact me via rvoutwest.com. On our next episode, with my field recorder in hand, my friend Kyle takes us to a local RV show, and we tag along as he begins his research for his next travel trailer. We will hear firsthand from him as he experiences the show and discusses what floor models he's after that will work for him and his family. Now, get out there, explore, and go see what's beyond the horizon. Thanks so much for listening to RV Out West. Join us again in 2 weeks with our next episode. Please like and subscribe to our podcast on iTunes or wherever you choose to get your podcasts so you never miss an episode. And I sure would appreciate if you left a rating or a review of the show. Special thanks to Scott Holmes Music for providing the intro song, We Are One. RV Out West can be found on Instagram and Facebook, where you can interact with us and follow along on our RV adventures around the Pacific Northwest. So get out there, explore, and go see what's beyond the horizon.